Oh my god, my true self is coming out. Oh my god. You said you don't want kids, but what would you do if you got pregnant? Are you really moving back to Canada? How much money do you actually make off of YouTube? T. What brand collab have you turned down? I'll talk to my therapist about that as well. Hey bestie! Oh, guys, I am so scared right now. I am so nervous to film this video, and it's voluntary. It is a voluntary video. I am volunteering to do this. I am choosing to do this, but I am so scared because today I am going to be answering questions that I have been avoiding. To be honest with you, I really don't think I've been hiding anything, but I guess we'll find out. As we go through these questions, I put an anonymous Q&A up on my Instagram stories last night. Dude, as I did it, I was getting war flashbacks. Do you remember this platform? I think it was called Ask FM. I remember using it in high school in like year 8 and 9, so 14 to 15. And basically it was a website where people could just go on and send you anonymous messages or questions. Like, what business did we have using a platform like that at such a young age? Like, I swear I have PTSD from it. Dude, I'm literally terrified right now. I don't feel like I hide anything. Or do I? I don't know. Let's just jump straight into this. What are the best and worst parts of your life? Me just forgetting everything about my life right now. But for real, I'm gonna answer this, no holding back, completely honest. Best part of my life, Cal, my new friends, my apartment, YouTube, you guys, like growing on social media. Worst parts of my life. Oh my gosh, my mental health, period. We'll probably get into that. My part-time job, there's nothing too wrong with it. It's just not a long-term like end goal for me. Yeah, I think those two. Mostly my mental health. Do you regret dyeing your hair dark? I swear you do. You were such a blonde girl. You know what? No, I don't regret dyeing my hair brunette. I don't know if I'll stay this exact color forever. I've mentioned it to you guys before. I don't know if you can see, but my regrowth is different to this hair color here. So I kind of just want to grow out my natural color or work with a hairdresser to grow that out in a nice way, because I feel like if I just keep growing it like this, it's gonna look wonky. I'd be lying if I said I never ever think about still being blonde or miss it every now and then. Like, when I look at my old photos, I'm like, oh my god, pop off queen. But no, I do not regret going brunette. Blonde was such a safety net for me. It had me in such a chokehold. It was like a clutch for me. I was so reliant on it. I thought I was only pretty if I had blonde hair. It was absolutely ridiculous. How much money do you actually make off of YouTube? Whew. Okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest. So for my AdSense, that is the money that I make from YouTube directly. I get about $150 to $200 a month. So it's quite low, and it definitely ebbs and flows depending on like what videos I'm posting, my audience retention, and how many views I'm getting on a video. There is a formula you can use to kind of figure out how much people make off of their videos. I'm not sure if that's super popular to know, T, potentially. But then when it comes to collaborations, I can make anywhere between $500 to $2,500 per collab. And some of the collabs I have are one-off, some of them are long-term. So nothing's super consistent and things can change so drastically. But that is how much money I currently make off of YouTube, which is why YouTube is not my only job. And I'm just grateful that I can make anything. It's crazy. Like, teenage me would be freaking the out right now. Oh my god. What age did you lose your virginity? I'm not gonna answer that. Let's just say it was too young. Not like too young, but I definitely wish I waited till I was older. Why don't you want to get married? Wow, did my family send this? It's not that I don't want to get married or have anything against marriage. It's just not a big priority to me. I've never been the girl who dreamt of their wedding, like had my wedding dress picked out, and I can't even comprehend that. And for me, the relationship that I have with that person is way more important. Like, I would rather have a really, really good relationship and not be married than have a relationship and be married just for the sake of being married. Does that make sense? I wouldn't mind being engaged. I've said this to Cal before. Like, we've had this conversation. It's not like I'm just coming on here and telling you like, I don't want to get married. And Cal's sitting out there being like, what the f? And it's not even that I don't want to get married. I just don't care if it didn't happen. Or I don't care if we had a small wedding and it wasn't the whole like extravaganza. But I would like to be engaged. I feel like it's fun. And I would love my engagement to be extra. Like, I don't want Cal to just get down on his knee while we're on the couch and be like, hey, will you marry me? I don't care if this sounds ungrateful. Like, I'm being as honest and truthful as I can in this video. Like, we're just friends here. I don't really want that. I mean, I probably would say yes. Would I? Or would I be like, no, try again? Oh my god, my true self tongue is coming out. I would love an over-the-top extra engagement. Nothing that needs to cost money, but I just don't want to be proposed to in our lounge room or something. But then I could be engaged forever. I really don't mind. And the ring could cost like $10 from Kmart, truly. I don't need to have like a fancy ring. This is no shade to anyone who wants to get married and have the whole wedding and the whole nice ring and the big celebration with the family. It's just not important to me. Comment below if you can relate, because I do struggle to find people who relate to this. Oof, this one. You said you don't want kids, but what would you do if you got pregnant? I wouldn't stay pregnant. Should I elaborate? I'll tell you why I wouldn't stay pregnant. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, if a woman doesn't want to have kids, that's fine. Totally fine. And you don't need to stay pregnant. If you don't want to have the child, that's fine. It's your decision. Period. For me personally, I have never wanted kids. Same as how I never wanted to have a wedding or get married. Like, that wasn't a priority to me. Kids has never been a priority either. I don't want to have kids. I'm not saying that I never ever will, because I might change my mind. Cal and I collectively might change and have kids, but I really don't see that happening, to be honest. But never say never. But on top of that, I do not think that I am in a good enough headspace and in general just good stage in my life to have a child. I don't think it would be fair on the kid. I couldn't give them the life that I would want to give them, and I would want to give that so much. I think they deserve that, but mentally I have a lot of things that I need to work on my end before I could even think about raising a child, because raising a child is a full-time, lifelong commitment, and where I am right now in my life, I cannot commit to that. Someone just said, you busy this weekend? No, actually. Slay. I work on Sundays, so every time someone asks me like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, nothing, but I only really have Saturdays. Oh, I'm seeing my sister. That's fun. Do you actually edit for other YouTubers, or are you just lying? I am not lying. I will say though, I don't have any current clients. Like, at the moment, I am only editing for myself. I am looking for a new editing client. Well, I still have one, but they just haven't posted anything for 4 months. So they're still there, but I haven't done any work for them, if that makes sense. So am I currently editing right now? No, but I'm not lying to you. Like, I have had editing clients. I still have one, but she's not filming at the moment, and I am looking for more. Oh my gosh, imagine that. Why would I lie about that? I can't. Oh, where do you work? I think you could probably figure it out, but I'm not going to say just for privacy reasons. Also, if you do figure it out, just keep it to yourself. Don't comment it below. If you don't know, I work a part-time job 3 days a week on top of doing my own social media stuff and editing for other YouTubers when I have clients. Worst date you've ever been on? I never really dated, to be honest. I was in a on and off long-term relationship basically my whole teenage years, and then I met Carl when I was 21, and I've been with him ever since, so I never really dated. But what's the worst date you've ever been on? Please comment below. How are you doing mentally? Not good. Whew, okay, let's get into this. My mental health is not good. I need to get a therapist. Like, that needs to be my #1 priority, to be honest. I have a lot of things from my past that I need to work through, and I just don't think I can do that myself. I have days where I think I'm doing pretty well, but I know overall that I'm not, if that makes sense. And maybe you can't see that. Like, maybe it looks like I'm doing fine, and some days I feel like I am, but I know deep down that I'm not. How are you doing? Please let me know. I hope you're doing well, but if not, it's okay. We can heal and grow together. Oh, okay, I have been putting this one off. I have seen this in my Instagram question box before. Okay, you mentioned a while back you don't have a big group of friends and feel like you weren't a great friend in the past. Can you explain more about that, please? Honestly, I feel like I need to have this conversation with my therapist before I can have it with you guys. The first part about not having a big group of friends, I don't feel like I've ever really had that, or like a consistent one that I've had all my life. I struggle so hard to make friends, and that's something that I also need to work through with my therapist. But yeah, sorry, no, not today. Ooh, this one as well. Are you really moving back to Canada? Like, really? Be honest. Yes. We are, but it's our like lowest priority right now. Let me explain. So when we started applying for PR, I was pretty much like, I want to move back to Canada. I'm sick of living in Melbourne. I feel like I'm destined to live overseas, blah, blah, blah. And basically, I feel like I just hadn't done the work, and I still haven't. I still have a lot more work to do on myself. I pretty much just mentioned that in regards to my mental health. But I know that I have a tendency to just run away from my problems. And where am I running to? Overseas. Like, when I went to Canada, I mean, sure, I went for some really good reasons as well, but I think part of me was just kind of like running away and being like, oh, when I move overseas, like everything will be better. Side note, when you do that, it fixes some things, it doesn't fix the rest. And when you come back, you have all the feelings of moving back from being overseas mixed with all the problems that you just pushed aside. Anyway, I kind of realized as we started our application that living in Melbourne is great, and I do love living here. And if I actually put in the work to create the life that I wanted to have here, I would enjoy living here and I wouldn't feel that need to just move back, because it's like the grass is greener on the other side, right? When I was in Canada, I was missing Melbourne. When I'm in Melbourne, I'm missing Canada. And I just feel like I got to the point where I was like, what if I just watered my own grass? What if I started doing things in the city? What if I tried to work full-time for myself, or at least start to get there? You know what I mean? What if I tried to actually make friends and get a big group of friends? What if I got all of these things that I just feel like in my head I think I'm gonna get if I just move overseas? Does that make sense? So Cal and I have honestly just been prioritizing enjoying living in Melbourne and creating the life that we want to live. Like Cal has been doing so well with his business, that's growing. I'm getting all of my stuff set up. We're slowly getting there. Like this year I did start editing for other YouTubers, I wasn't lying. But I feel like we've just been focusing on that. We are still going through with our application, and we've spoken about how in the future we would love to just have the flexibility to be able to live here and in Canada, because we do miss so many things about the lifestyle in Canada, and there's so many opportunities that would be available to us if we lived on that side of the world. So yes, we are going to move there. Is it going to be this year? Definitely not. Is it going to be next year? I don't know. But we are in the process of getting PR. This is kind of why I haven't really been sharing anything. One, our application is going very slow because we're doing it the slowest way I guess that we can, but also because I just don't have any updates, and this is, if I'm being 100% honest, the lowest priority in my life. Whew. I probably could have just posted that as an Instagram story like 6 months ago and you guys wouldn't have to keep asking me. I'll talk to my therapist about that as well. What are Cal's beige flags? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Oh, actually, Cal has this really bad habit. Is this a red flag? No, it's a beige flag. He has this really bad habit of repeating what you say to him back to you, like mocking almost. It's really annoying. Oh, and he always corrects my incorrect grammar. Like, I don't know how I speak English because it's really not the greatest. Like, my English is not very good. I mean, to be fair, I went straight into English Lit in year 11 and we just read books and wrote essays. Like, there was no punctuation, grammar. I mean, you had to use it, but you weren't getting, I guess you were getting graded on it. I'm just trying to blame anything that's not myself. But I always get things wrong and Cal always corrects me. I mean, I guess that's kind of like a green flag. He's just trying to help me out. I don't know. A secret you're keeping from your parents? No. Moving on. No. Oh, maybe that I'm going to Taiwan? I don't know if I told them that. It's not really a secret. I'm not like super close with my parents. Like, there's so many things that I will do and not tell them. Like, I don't talk to them every day. Like, I probably talk to my parents maybe once a month. So it's not like it's a secret. I mean, I haven't told them. They'll find out. They'll find out. Your biggest insecurity? I don't think I have too many about like my appearance. It's more things on the inside that I guess hopefully I will be able to overcome in therapy or over time. One thing that I really am insecure about is the fact that I am extremely claustrophobic. So claustrophobic is the fear of being trapped. So claustrophobia is the fear of small spaces and claustrophobia is the fear of being trapped. So for instance, like when I get on a tram and it's jam-packed, I'm not scared of that, like I'm fine. But as soon as the tram breaks down or they can't open the doors, spiral. And I've had that since I was a child. I don't think I've told you guys, or maybe I have, but I was in a really bad car accident when I was 8 years old, and I think that's where this comes from. But it affects so many aspects of my life, even little things as well. Like when I get my eyelashes done and I'm laying down and I can't open my eyes, like that will give me a panic attack. It's actually one of the reasons why I keep getting my eyelashes done. One, because I like how they look, but two, it forces me every 3 to 4 weeks to put myself in an uncomfortable situation and become more comfortable with it. It's like a 2-for-1. I feel like I can look hot but also like overcome some trauma. But that really trickles into so many little things and I'm really insecure about it, like getting in elevators, being on planes, if someone locks the door, or getting in an Uber. Like there's so many things that I will do but it just causes me so much anxiety. I think my anxiety is honestly one of my biggest insecurities. It is so annoying. On top of that, I really hate my face. face shape. Oh, I shouldn't say hate. I don't like my face shape. I mean, I'm pretty used to it. Like, it is what it is. I mean, I could probably gua sha it up a little bit, but it's really round. I don't like that. I like my teeth though, and I like my eyes. I mean, I can't see without contacts, so it's a little bit annoying, but yeah. I think my biggest insecurity is my overall mental health and like anxiety and my inability to easily make friends. Like, I find that so scary, but it's okay. Oh, this one is good. Who has been your highest paying brand deal? It's hard because I have like ongoing long-term contracts, or have had them, so I guess they've paid me the most overall, but I'm guessing you mean like one-off, like how much did this brand pay you for one thing? I'm not gonna say how much it was because you said who, not how much, but I think Petal and Pup, back when I would do clothing stuff, I think they paid me the most. T, but they're not the brand that's paid me the most consistently long-term, if that makes sense. What brand collab have you turned down? Fashion Nova, Shein, White Fox, Zaful. I mean, I worked with them in the past. I would never work with them again. Sorry. Mostly just fast fashion because that's not something I want to be promoting moving forward. Just being honest. Okay, I think we're done. So many of you guys were asking about Canada. Like, what's the update on the move? Are you still moving? When are you moving to Canada? Oh my gosh, I really didn't realize how much I was holding back on telling you guys. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But let's end it there. If you've watched this far and you haven't subscribed, I mean, we are literally best friends at this point. You know everything about me, or you're at least caught up on everything I haven't been telling you, so you should definitely subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!